Today I'm making a beetroot leaf omelette, and I've just been in the garden looking for some garnishes. I'm using some rocket leaves and some rocket flowers. So this dish is based on gut health, and that we get all our microbes from our environment. So our food should also be full of good beneficial bacteria and microbes that we don't sterilize. So here you can see I've harvested some of this wild rocket, and it's been flowering. So these rocket flowers are also quite nice in the dish. It just adds some flavor, but also we eat mindfully by looking at our food. Here I've got some free-range eggs, and you can tell when an egg is free-range and organic is because the yolk is very bright orange. Here we've got some fresh beetroot I've got from my local supermarket. And you can see the leaves are quite fresh and quite sturdy. There we are adding some red onion and fresh garlic as well, and that we'll see later on in the dish. Yeah, I've got some fresh mung bean sprouts, chickpea sprouts and lentil sprouts. These you can sprout very easily on yourself at home. Then I've got some fresh kumquats as well. These are lovely. They also work very well as a snack. So just pop one in your mouth whole. Just make sure you rinse them. Lovely. Then I always add a lot of spice to my dishes. This is whole smoked chili flakes, lovely and delicious. And then, yes, I've added some live cultured yogurt. This is natural Greek yogurt, no preservatives, no sugar, nothing added, right? So let's get cracking on this dish. So I've prepped my onions, so you can see I've chopped my onions Chinese style, or julienne. I've got my garlic crushed. I've got I've chosen some nice sweet young beetroot leaves off the bunch. We're going to get cracking on. So first of all, we're going to let's heat the pan. Lovely. I'm using extra virgin olive oil. About a tablespoon of that in here. Lovely. Okay, so let the oil heat up slightly. So I've crushed my garlic about 2 minutes ago, and during the course you'll learn about the phytonutrients in garlic, and one of them is called allicin. And allicin, the power of allicin is activated when you crush garlic. You leave it for a few minutes and then you cook with it. So when you leave it, and as it oxidizes, it sort of releases the allicin, and it's sort of the powers of allicin, right? So can I just add it to my onions? Because I prefer to add my garlic with my onions, because if I add it with the onions, then what happens is that the garlic doesn't burn on its own, because the onions that can take a higher heat takes the brunt. Alright, so my onions in. Turn this heat down slightly. There we go. Alright, so I'm just let that sweat a bit. I'm going to add a little bit of salt to my onions and garlic, because what happens, the salt will draw out some of the moisture and cook this quicker. Lovely. Great. So while that's sauteing there, what I'm going to do is I'm going to shred my beetroot leaves. So I want to get them quite fine, and so they'll cook better. So I've left a little bit of the stalk on as well, and the stalk is going to add a lot more fiber to my dish. And in this course you'll learn about fiber and how fiber feeds the gut. If there was ever a superfood, it would be a category called fiber. Alright, so my beetroot leaves go in there now. Cooking with beetroot leaves also lends itself to the fact that we can have a zero waste dishes, you know. Right, just softening these lovely. Beautiful. You see the color in this now quickly? Right. All these rich earthy colors coming together. The aromas coming off them. Beautiful. Right. I don't really like to overcook my food, but you know, we just wanted to sort of sweat and to bring out its natural flavors. There you go. So, got the red onions going. They're nice and soft now. The beetroot leaves are also wilting slightly. Next, we're going to start whisking our eggs. So I'm going to use about 3 eggs in this. When I crack my eggs, I always crack them on a flat surface. I don't like to cut them with something sharp, because that could bring in the shell into the yolk and break the yolk. Although we're making scrambled eggs, so it doesn't really matter. But it sort of splinters and it becomes difficult to extract the shell from when you've already broken the egg, you know. So what happens is that I like to just knock the egg flat on the floor. I mean on the board. Right. Beautiful. So eggs are one of those whole complete foods, they call it. So I never like to separate them. Eat the yolks and the egg whites together, the protein and the healthy fats together. Lovely. Scrambled eggs is such a versatile dish, you know. It lends itself to so many different options, and you can be so creative and add what your favorite ingredients in there. So I'm going to add my eggs in now. Lovely. Just want to turn down the heat again to low. I'm going to slowly cook this. Just make sure you distribute the filling or the ingredients properly around the dish, so every bite counts. Just clean the edges. What I do is I pull the egg from the sides inwards and it cooks it evenly. Lovely. This is looking lovely. Fantastic. Just going to give it a flip. Beautiful. So this is almost like a frittata that I'd like to do. And I'm just going to fold it slightly. There we go. And then I add that into my plate. Just like that. Look at that, beautiful. Right. Now what I'm going to do quickly, before I garnish it, I'm going to make a quick kumquat chutney. Almost like a little side dish or like a sauce to go with it, you know. So what I do is I just take I put some olive oil into my pan first, and hopefully you get the gist of this dish. Beautiful. Right. So got my kumquats. I'm just going to quarter the kumquats straight into the pan, whole. Don't be too prissy with your food. You want to peel it. You know, these are delicious. The tanginess of the kumquats just it gets the digestive enzymes going. Just gets your taste buds going as well. Right, so into this I'm going to add some smoked chili flakes. Beautiful. Right, and then the yogurt. Let this cook for a little bit. Beautiful. Right, good. Lovely smoked flavor from the chili flakes coming off there. The citrus flavors from the kumquat peel coming through there. This is amazing. Right, let me clear my board so I can show you the dish. Beautiful. So we're just softening the kumquat slightly. So we're adding texture now to the dish. We got our eggs, which is nice and smooth and creamy. We've got the crunchiness and of the onions and the garlic and sort of the nice fibrous texture of the beetroot. So we want to add another layer of flavor and texture to the dish by adding this kumquat pickle. Lovely. So some of the juices have come out. So we've got let me put the stove off. The lovely textures of the kumquats now have just fallen on top of that. There we go, look at that, looks beautiful. Now I'm just going to top that with some natural yogurt. I love putting yogurt with savory dishes. Instead of your cheese, you can I put cottage cheese or yogurt, right? So absolutely fantastic. Right, what we're going to do now, we're going to garnish with our sprouts. There we go, some sprouts. So we're putting some of the sprouts on now just to garnish. All the mixed sprouts. Just get a bit of the mung bean, a bit of the chickpea, a bit of the lentil. And then we're going to just garnish with the baby rocket as well. Rocket also a very good source of fiber. The mustardiness of this just makes it amazing. Right, and then some flour, some of the the rocket flowers to add into our dish. I love garnishing my food and making it look beautiful because we eat with our eyes first, and it's always good to be mindful of what you're eating and where your food has actually come from. So plate up beautiful plates. It just also shows that you've got that much more care and love. So imagine when you are entertaining now and somebody comes to your house for breakfast, lunch or dinner, and you plate up a beautiful plate like this, and instead of just putting a buffet out, you plate up beautiful individual plates for them, garnish it beautifully, and it just shows how much more love and attention you are giving to those people. Your hospitality goes to a whole different level. Here's the dish. Look at that. So here we go. That's the complete dish. It's the beetroot leaf omelette topped with the kumquat relish, the sprouts, the mung bean, lentil and chickpea sprouts, the natural yogurt, and those beautiful rocket leaves and rocket flowers. I hope this has inspired you to look after your gut microbiome and that you'll enjoy the course. Cheers.